Here are 10 reasons not to vote for Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Number 10. Even though gas in Michigan breached $3, $4, and even $5, Whitmer would not work with the Republican legislature and lower the gas tax.
They're not able to, cope with the rising fuel costs and food costs.
You're seeing a lot more repossessions right now than, say, you were even a few months ago?
Absolutely.
Number 9. Even though parents could work at fast food chains during the pandemic, children could not go to school. Even though data from other countries proved schools were safe and children were more likely to die of suffocation than COVID, they were kept out of school and masked when they returned. Now Michiganders are so behind, 50% of third graders failed their literacy exams. Number 8. Under Whitmer, Michigan schools are becoming more radical.
Our curriculum is deeply using critical race theory.
I've been struggling with gender issues as well as a whole lot of other identity things. So I finally gave in and ordered a binder for myself.
How is liability affected if a student dies by suicide and parents did not know the student's chosen name or pronouns were being used at school?
Number 7.
The majority of governors in this country, as you know, have issued stay-at-home orders, but yours have been considered to be among the most stringent in this country.
We're cracking down on people traveling between homes or planting or landscaping or golfing.
Number 6. Whitmer broke her own rules during the pandemic.
And the sad irony is that they were protesting the stay-home order, and because of their actions might make it necessary to take this posture even longer.
She says it was an honest mistake. That's what Governor Whitmer is saying tonight after this photo surfaced showing her violating COVID rules.
But this is the time of the year that snowbirds come home from Florida, where people are going on spring break, and all of these things can contribute to spread. Now, I took a brief trip from a Friday to a Monday. 2 full days I was there. He jokingly asked if being married to me might move him up in the queue. Obviously, with the motorized boating prohibition in our early days of COVID-19, he thought it might get a laugh. It didn't.
Number 5. Whitmer is totally an unfriendly jobs governor.
It's not just the closing of a stupid store. It's the closing of a dream.
Walker says the governor deeming his business as non-essential is what really hurt them.
Unlike most states, Michigan deemed greenhouse and garden centers non-essential.
That a lot of people are packing up, especially on the border counties, and going to Ohio and Indiana, getting their hair done, their nails done.
The majority of our employee base is in Michigan, so therefore a significant percentage of the job cuts are in Michigan.
They've even come out and publicly said, we don't even have a Michigan bid on our electric vehicles business because we don't believe they're in the game with us.
Number 4. Under Gretchen Whitmer, we are experiencing high crime.
Carjacking is still up about 40%. On Monday, Detroit police arrested an 11, 12, and 14-year-old.
Sheriff Bouchard says his office currently has 23 road patrol vacancies and openings for over 30 corrections positions.
So do you support the defunding?
Oh yeah, the spirit of it. I do support that spirit of it.
Number 3. When the Michigan Supreme Court issued that Whitmer was inappropriately using the Emergency Powers of Governor Act of 1945, her administration continued to do her bidding through the Department of Health and Human Services. If businesses didn't obey the edicts, they would lose their licenses, their business, and possibly be thrown in jail. Number 2. Like Governor Andrew Cuomo, Whitmer put COVID patients in nursing homes. Even though the danger was obvious since the beginning, nursing homes were financially incentivized to take COVID patients.
When you're giving $5,000 more a bed out of the gate and $200 more a day to put sick people in a facility with well people, there's no data or science that supports this nonsense.
The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services initially reported 5,675 deaths related to long-term care facilities. An auditor found the death toll was 8,061. And number 1, Gretchen Whitmer supports Proposal 3, which will change the Michigan Constitution to grant minors the right of sterilization and abortions. It could even open the door for minors to take puberty blockers like Lupron that is given to chemically castrate sexual predators. If a radical teacher takes a student to get an abortion, there are no protections for children, no rights for the parents, and no means of prosecution against the radical who aided the child. There are no safeguards in this constitutional amendment. Out of all the things Democrats like Whitmer support, this is the most damaging. There are so many more reasons not to vote for Governor Gretchen Whitmer, so let's make sure we vote her out this November. And here's a bonus reason.
I'm riding with Biden and everyone else has a seat too.